Hello and welcome to Bricks and Toys. My name is Brandon and today we have a unique episode. Today's episode is going to be about older Lego sets. Now, two of these Lego sets are from when I was recovering things at an auction in 2021. When I was working with the toy portion of that business, I encountered, I believe, five, no, six Lego sets alone that I kept for myself. I probably went through more about 15, but six I kept for myself. One is a Speed Champions Porsche. It is now retired, but that one was sealed in box and there is no issues with it to this day. It is in very good condition. Another is the Technic Jeep. I do believe that they still make it, and that one, even though it was completely dumped out in a box, it is still 100% complete and in my collection. And then I have the Ecto 1, and the Ecto 1 Cadillac came sealed in box, and that one is still 100% intact and in my collection. And then also of the intact is a tiny city police car. So four of those are still all intact and in my collection. But I have two on either end of this table that came pre-opened and they were opened so their minifigs could be stolen and then have them returned to the store. So when I built these two sets, I did not really know where this hobby was going to take me. And I just took whatever colors of bricks I could find for my daughter's Lego set and I just threw them in there. I also did not care about ordering the minifigs, and that's for another two reasons. And that is because these are part of the new sequel trilogy, and I really do not care at all for what they did to Star Wars. But time makes everything better. And with these sets, both of these sets were retired in the winter of 2021. So for the last year, these sets have no longer been in circulation. And then that makes them a little bit special. And my reason for filming this is because now I want to take them all the way back apart down to nothing. Wash the bricks, find out which bricks I jerry rigged, buy them, and replace them. Now, with what I've learned about Lego, I'm going to use Bricklink to source the minifigs. I'm going to get all, I think this one is 6, and this one is 3, all 9 minifigs for these sets. And we're going to make these sets as if I own them from brand new. When I first got these, I wrote them off as a loss. I did put a little bit of money in each of these sets, and I figured that was enough because I was all about making profit. But now these sets are retired, and I do not believe that there is any more of the sequel trilogy Legos in circulation. They're all just Star Wars and other things, but none of the Force Awakens and Forward movies. So before I go in and bring you guys in to see the roughness of these builds, I want to talk about the two builds in the middle. This is a Speed Champion Supra, and I know you guys are all thinking out there, this car's still bought. This car's still new. Why is it here? Well, I'm going to tell you why. It had an accident, and when I bring you guys in, you guys will see the damage, but the rear spoiler somehow was broken off of it and chewed by a dog. So not the whole car, just the three pieces that makes the spoiler just happen to be chewed up by a dog. So part of ordering bricks and everything is going to be to get these things fixed. So that's why he's here. And then this set was one of the first Star Wars sets I did buy from the Lego store with my own money, not from an auction or passed down or whatever. And what I need to do with this set is to source the parts that my children have lost. This set has been around for over a year now, maybe a year and a half in my collection, and it's missing some important pieces, and it's missing some of the rockets because kids, they can't leave anything alone. So again, like with everything else, I do want to clean it and I do want to get those parts sourced. So the only two sets that we're going to be taking apart on the time lapse are going to be these. I have to pull up a manual and I want to take all the parts and I want to number them in the bags as if they came from Lego. And then when I make my parts order, I'm going to put a note on that part to which bag it goes and then make my order. I'm going to talk to you guys some more as I'm ordering these parts. And then as the video progresses, it will be a time lapse of rebuilding these. But we're going to be doing a whole deconstruction time lapse. We're going to wash everything, and then we're going to do a parts segment. Then we're going to do a time lapse of rebuilding them. This video is probably going to be shot over a period of a month. So expect changes from past me to future me. And let's get I do believe this is the Kylo Ren space shuttle. You can see that it is really dusty. I'm not sure what is incorrect on this build. Everything looks pretty straightforward, but I do remember some jerry rigging. I think this is wrong. I'm not sure. Cockpit seems nice still. Moving on. As you can see, Luke is missing some of these. I'm not sure whatever happened to those. The front of the Supra is fine. Move over here. This is the Sith TIE Fighter. And as you can see right here, that's some of the rigging right here that I had to do for this build. Again, very dusty. It's all going to be redone. You can see some orange and some green. This is a problem. That's what we're going to have to find out and order. Then on the back of the Supra, if I can focus in, you can see those dog chews. That's one of the things I want to get fixed. Coming to the back of Luke's X-Wing, everything looks fine, but what you do notice is that one of these lasers are missing. So not too bad. And the back of the Kylo Ren space shuttle. So that wraps it up for this segment. See you in a time lapse. we are back from our time lapse. As you can see now, we have 2 grocery bags here in front of me. Both of these sets now have been completely reduced back down to their full brick form. This is the Kylo Ren shuttle, and this is the Sith TIE Fighter. So they're now in just pieces. I did have to go over these 2 or 3 times to ensure that I did get them correct, but I did get them all sorted, and I did get the parts picked out that was incorrect and wrong. And I did already order the parts. I was going to go over and show how to do that with Bricklink, but then I realized that I never used Bricklink before, and let's just say I have a lot of Tylenol in my system right now because that was one of the worst experiences of my life. But I wanted to make this video for all of you out there. Now, I do not believe Bricklink is bad. It's just the way that the website is done. It is done with being several stores, and you cannot order from all of the stores at once. So if you have an order of 30 stores or more, you will have to ring your credit card up 30 times. It is brutal. Not only that, you check every store for every part to make sure that you are paying the lowest amount of shipping. And still. So this segment of the video is not going to be as much as it is about these builds, but it is going to be about getting them prepared. I'm not happy about this. But I am going to be happy to have both of these builds up to 100% quality with everything else in my collection. Now, let's just start off. In the beginning of the video, we talked about the yellow Supra and the damages done. Those were only 52 cents in parts. Not bad at all. And then we did talk about my Luke Skywalker X-Wing. Now that is 80 cents in parts that are needed, so getting more expensive. Now here's the part that blew my mind. To finish the Kylo Ren shuttle and have every piece color matched correct and all of the minifigs with their weapons is going to be $62.85. And that is why I never put the money into it, because this set was still current when I first got it, and a used set of Legos was not worth $100, because that's about how much I have into it. Besides that amount of money is $100 total. But I do believe that this set is worth some money now, fully complete, and I think it even is worth more with all the minifigs, because get this. For a Knight of Ren, I'm going to say Aplec minifig, SW1063, alone, it was almost $15. And then the Yushar version, SW1064, another $17. These are Bricklink prices, by the way. And these are just Knights that I didn't even give a rat's tail about when I watched the movie, and yet these minifigs have almost $40 worth of value. And then Kylo Ren himself, the angry teenager as I call him, because mind you, I don't like these movies at all. $15 for him. So a good $45 out of that $63 is in the minifigs alone. So I thought that was interesting. The majority of missing parts are the minifigs. Now, when I did take this apart, I did find a lot of errors in my own build. You can definitely tell that the person that built this did not touch a single Lego for more than 20 years of their life beforehand. So I am glad I did take it apart. I am glad that I did get it sorted. And the good thing is instead of everything being dumped out into a box, now everything is sorted out in numbered bag, even with the little smaller baggies of the smaller parts, like how Lego does it. So I am happy about that. When I first built it, it was all in a box, loose, dumped. Because they took the minifigs and they got rid of everything else. Moving on to get, oh man, go back. Where am I? Here we go. To get the Sith TIE Fighter repaired with all of its minifigs, $29.25 worth of parts. So definitely not bad there. I probably already have another $25 into it, so I probably have 50 and 60 into this one now. So between both these sets, I probably now paid what you would pay out of the box for them brand new. But since they're retired, I hope they do come up in value. And the minifigs for this wasn't even as bad as this. And one of them's a main character of the new trilogy, and that's Finn. And he was only $2.70. I liked Finn a lot more than I liked Kylo Ren. Stupid. But that's how the story goes. Now, I did get another $12.50 of random parts for an upcoming build. I am going to be making a Sith TIE Fighter in custom colors. I was inspired by reading the book on this, and that I do want to go out and make another video about building one of these with custom colors. And that will be coming out late March, early April. So be on the lookout for that. That is definitely in the works. And one funny thing I did notice when I took apart this build is the story about it came back to me. And it came back to me rather hard. What I noticed was the wings of this build were 100% perfect. No mistakes, no errors, nothing. There was a lot of sand green pieces holding the main cockpit together, and that's when everything clicked into place for me. I built this one after I went to Costco and I got The Child, now Grogu, Lego set. And a lot of the spare pieces left over from that set went into making this set whole. So we definitely replaced all those parts. But the sad thing is I did not have to take apart those wings. Those wings were actually still sealed in bag and put into the box. It was only bag one that was dumped into the box, and that made the main cockpit. The reason that they took the bag apart was to steal the minifigs, dump the parts out, and as it went through auction, the parts fell out of the box. So I kind of overdid it on this one, but it was already too late, so I figured keep going. And so the total of actual money towards parts that I spent on this order was $105.92. The shipping fees. Now, I really hope you're sitting down for this because I really went out for you guys to do this. And I can't believe I actually did this, but I did this for this video and to show the true side of a beginner on Bricklink. $162.14 to have over 30 sellers send parts to me. Yeah. Taxes for Nevada, $12.51. And here's a little bit of the bullshit part. Hidden fees, $17.90. So yeah, they charge you an extra $1 to $2 for using their particular store on Bricklink. And the total cost was $298.47. That's getting into Ultimate Collector Series money. But I reside. You break it down into 3 separate builds. 1 build, 2 build, and the one I'm going to be releasing in April. And you do have about $100 a build. And when you break it down to that point, it's a lot more swallowable. especially knowing that a lot of the minifigs are expensive and rare in this set. So that does make it worth it. Again, this is everything. This is as best as I could do. Now, I'm not going to sit here and bash Bricklink because I'm new. Maybe I didn't know what I was doing. Maybe I made a few mistakes. And that's where I come in and I ask you guys to comment below and tell me what your experiences with Bricklink. Is there an easier way? Because if the seller does not have these parts, another one does, what do I do to make this cost lower? Or is this just the way that it is? So I would love to hear comments below about that. Now this video will be a 2-part series, and this is the end of part 1. Part 2, we are going to actually look into some methods about cleaning Legos. Again, if you have any methods you'd like to see tested that will not harm my bricks, drop them below. I will go through them with common sense, and I will see which ones work best for bringing these back up to original shine. And if you enjoyed this video series so far, because now it's going to be a 2-part series, I do ask, please like and subscribe. It really helps the channel, and it will help my channel grow. And on that note, I really hope you all have a good one. My name is Brandon, and this is Bricks and Toys. Look out for part 2.